It looks like tax cuts are gonna be cancelled. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because it looks like the tax cuts that were promised to all of us are going to be cancelled. Now I know all the journalists that are so jealous of people earning over six figures getting a bigger tax cut than someone who's unemployed because they pay more tax will be really happy. Now, I would argue that we need to reduce the size of government because that will reduce their ability for their corruption and misuse of our labour. Wouldn't that be great? So tax cuts, in general, I say, are a fantastic thing. And just reduce government services to compensate for that. Wouldn't that be great? I know there's some people that think the country can't run without taxing us to the bone, so we can pay some civil servant much more than they're worth to sit on their ass and shuffle papers around. But I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me for some reason. So, government to scrap earlier tax relief according to a report. Now I'll just bring up this chart here to show you perhaps why this could be happening. There you go. We were hoping it wouldn't be our children, but our children's children that would be burdened with this. Plans to bring forward tax cuts for middle and high income earners to this year's 22-23 federal budget could reportedly be shelved. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg is now unlikely to accelerate the relief by 2 years and flatten the tax rate of those earning between $45,000 to $200,000 by 30%, the Australian reported on Wednesday. I really hope we get these cuts. Okay, let's just simplify our tax system. Citing an unnamed senior government source, the news outlet said Mr. Frydenberg's plans instead to focus on cost of living pressures such as rising petrol prices. Well, are they going to tax? Well, reducing taxes will help us with our cost of living pressures. What about the states? Are they going to get rid of those excise? Wouldn't that be good? 44 cents a litre, some people are showing on Twitter. We're paying in tax. Isn't it great? If people realised how much tax they actually pay. Federal Labor has previously committed to backing these so-called Stage 3 tax cuts, which would cost, no, it is not going to cost $17 billion a year. It's going to reduce the amount of theft from hardworking citizens by $17 billion a year. And that means $17 billion of government services will need to be cut. And there's a lot of rubbish the government does that we can cut. Okay, just think, I can't be the only one that sees this. So, Mr. Frydenberg is also reportedly considering extending the low and middle income tax offset, which gives an eligible taxpayer an offset of up to $1,080 for another 12 months. Meanwhile, Australia's critical mineral sector will be bolstered in the upcoming federal budget with more than $200 million for manufacturing projects. The government has announced $243 million will be spent across 4 projects in the sector. Critical minerals such as nickel, magnesium, and other rare earth elements are heavily used in the manufacturing of technology such as mobile phones, electrical cars, and solar panels. Nearly half of the funding, $119.6 million, will go towards an integrated nickel, magnesium, cobalt battery material refinery in Kalgoorlie. Meanwhile, $49 million will be spent on processing high-grade vanadium from a West Australian mine and transporting it to a plant powered by clean hydrogen. There will be $30 million set aside for a rare earth separation plant in the Northern Territory, the second of its type outside of China and the first in Australia. So, as citizens, are we all going to receive shares in this? Wouldn't that be great? The fourth package will be $45 million to help construct a high-purity aluminium production facility near Gladstone in Queensland to help meet rising demand for lithium-ion batteries and LED lights. It's expected the 4 projects would create more than 3,400 jobs. Prime Minister Scott Morrison said the new initiatives were critical to expanding the critical minerals sector in Australia. These projects are about manufacturing the products and materials Australians need and the world needs by making them right here at home, he said. I'm skeptical of this. Remember when there was a big lithium processor opening up in WA owned by Chinese companies? Yeah. We're helping grow the local critical mineral processing and clean energy industries and locking in the future of those industries by backing manufacturing in Australia. Well, I'm hopeful that these will get off the ground and that will open the door for more private investment in these sectors. Maybe the government and green tape will get out of the way. Just waiting to see all the protesters. Just wait, you'll see. Your greenies that are influencing Labor will be up there they're probably already printing out the placards right now on their recycled cardboard made from all-growth Tasmanian forest. The Critical Minerals Project will form part of the federal government's $1.3 billion modern manufacturing initiative. Industry Minister Angus Taylor said the project would mean Australia would capture more of the global supply chain. He said the initiatives would help address the dominance of China in the area, which is currently responsible for between 70 and 80% of critical mineral productions. Australia is lucky to have some of the largest reserves of the critical minerals and metals which drive the modern global economy. This initiative is designed to address China's dominance, he said. These projects are not only game changers for the local region with the creation of new jobs, but will also open up incredible export opportunities. So let's have a talk about this. So there we go, guys. We're not getting our tax cuts, everyone. They're going to be pushed forward. But the government is going to invest heavily into rare earth minerals, or critical minerals, as they're saying. What do you think, everyone? I mean, we've got an election year coming. Will this win enough voters over? And do you think the LNP are better to push this through than a Labor government? You tell me. I just want my tax cuts, everyone, and get the regulation out of the way to allow for these projects to develop. Why don't they exist already? That's what we should be asking. The government shouldn't have to come in and throw money at it. We're not talking big dollars here, everyone. There are other mining projects of this scale around the country, funded by foreign investors already. What about our super funds? How many of you would love your money going into projects like this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. And are you going to miss those tax cuts? Or it will just mean you'll have to buy more houses to negative gear. As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I put together here, there are a few ways you can help out. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for SelfWealth or Stake. Use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve or AussieBroadband. Or buy our merch from HeiseSays. We make our very own pocket squares. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. I'll put some videos in here about taxation to check out. Would be good to get more manufacturing here. We'll see if it happens.